So hello there. So recently I've been on the hunt for some new sketchbooks. Yes, and I found these. The Art Creation Sketchbook by Royal Talens. There we are, Royal Talens. Actually no, it's spelt with an E. There, it's, should have cut my nails. So these sketchbooks look incredibly affordable. Like this one here, it's an 80-sheet sketchbook. I paid $15.50 for it, Australian, which is not bad. I've seen like them selling for, I think, about $13 off Amazon Australian, which, you know, I'd say that is pretty affordable. They are made in China though, much like these moleskins here, which cost like twice the price. And this is the regular plain bound sketchbook made by Moleskine, which has got 70 GSM paper in it, which I think is unacceptable. I've said that before, haven't I? Said it multiple times. I'll keep on saying it. 70 GSM paper is too thin to exist, I think. But the Royal Talens Art Creation Sketchbook comes with 140 GSM paper. Wow. Also comes with 80 sheets of it as well. And the quality of these sketchbooks do seem to be pretty good. Sometimes I like to have a full flick through of the paper just to make sure of any imperfections. Well, I want to make sure that there's no imperfections. That's what I'm doing, yeah. I don't see any dots on the paper in this sketchbook here. In the last sketchbook I opened, I did find a single dot, I think, somewhere stuck in the paper. Oh, there it is. Right there. I did not pay for that dot. Unlike the moleskins, these books here do not come with those little pockets at the back. See, this moleskin here has a pocket. See the pocket? You can hoard stuff in there. No such gimmicks on this book. No pockets. No bells, no whistles. It comes with the ribbon though. The ribbon's very nice. Also comes with this elastic strap as well. Now you see here, this sketchbook does make a lot of claims about its capabilities. It says it's good for sketch, pencil, charcoal, chalk, graphite, crayon, ink, and watercolor. Now, I'm a bit skeptical about the watercolor. If there's anything a paper is going to fail at doing, it's watercolor. So I have a watercolor brush here and some very cheap, embarrassingly cheap watercolor paints. Okay, so far with this light, tiny bit of watercolor, the good news is that the paper hasn't started falling apart in crumbs, you know. But if I turn over on the underside of the paper, we can start to see and feel quite a bit of warping. See if I can just cast a shadow on it here. Yeah, you can see the warping just here. Very warpy. Okay, let's just continue this little experiment. See how warpy this paper becomes. I'm doing multiple passes of watercolor here, just as I, usually would. Well, it doesn't feel like the paper's falling apart, but it is becoming a bit like the waves of the sea. Yeah, this paper feels really, really wavy now. It's quite distorted. You can really tell if I flip it over, go like this. Oh yes, look at that. That is not the behaviour of good watercolour paper. But I'm going to give this a little while to dry and see if this wibbly-wobbly paper recovers. So let's turn the clock forward. So hello there, welcome to about 15 hours into the future, where this paper is well and truly dry, and unfortunately I have to report that the crinkling of this paper has not decreased completely, or maybe not at all, I don't know. The paper still is somewhat crinkled. To be honest, I have seen a lot worse. And the paper also didn't completely just fall apart, like a lot of cheap non-watercolour sketchbook paper. This is just office copy paper. And you know, it doesn't take long for me to just bore a hole straight through it, really. That's how long it takes there. I didn't speed that up. Let's do that again. Oh, about 8 seconds of me doing that with this watercolor brush. Now, so let's go over here. Yeah, let's just put a hole into this poor piece of paper, shall we? See how long it takes. I give up. Okay, I squeezed some water out to make this brush extra wet. Let's see if that helps. 31. $54. Oh, did it. Oh, wonderful. Now that was a lot of hard work. See, this is all paper fragments here. It did take me a long time just to get these few bits of paper fragments become dry. Accept my apology, poor paper. So I'm still not convinced that I would call this paper watercolor paper, but it is thick enough and well and truly durable enough to actually get away with doing a little bit of watercolor on it. So maybe actually this watercolor claim here is not as ridiculous as I thought. So yeah, it's pretty good. Now, how does this paper work with fountain pen ink? I've got carbon black ink in this pen here. Does it feel good? Is the flow rate any good? It does feel pretty good, actually. The flow rate feels very nice. Because, you know, very occasionally you'll find a piece of paper which isn't just absorbent enough for fountain pen ink. But this feels nice. It's operating at the slightest touch. Is the paper smooth enough for this very old and rough technical pen, which barely has any ink in it? Yes, it is. Ah, this was the one that had ink in it. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Now I'm using a 0.5 one, as opposed to the 0.25 I was using, and well, what can I say? 0.5 feels good on anything, so I don't know. Now, felt tip fine liner. Yeah, that feels fantastic. What about a dip pen? Yeah, that feels pretty good too. Wow. These Royal Talens sketchbooks are kind of boring. There's nothing to complain about them. I'm just looking for something. Yeah, so my only complaint with this sketchbook is that it claims it can handle watercolor, but when you do use watercolor on it, the paper buckles. And this is just light watercolor as well. But, you know, I'm not actually complaining because of how cheap it was, you know. It's a pretty versatile sketchbook. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, you know what to do. No, wait, I just told you know what to do. What would I then tell you again? I don't. Okay, well, goodbye. Have a nice day.